First of all, we're going to do exactly what Guruji instructed us to do. We fold our hands, and with a smile on our face, we say, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Just a quick review on what we did last time. We've been analyzing the second 40 of Japji. And we started off with Hukmi Hovan Akar. Hukum na kahya jai. Hukmi Hovan Ji. Hukum mile badhiya. Just learn how to read this one properly with the proper pauses. Hukmi Hovan Ji. Hukum mile badhiya. The more you're going to pause, the better understanding you're going to have of the sentences. Jinna bishram la ke padhange ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਰਥ ਭਾਵ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ. And we distinguish different forms of hukum. Hukmi is the commander. Hovan in his hukum come into existence. Okay? A quick review so we can kind of connect that chain there where we left off. Akar. It is the actual physical visible form. Akar. Remember we talked about Apine Apasajio, Apine Rachio, no. Dui Kudrasati. Karasana Ditoja. First of all, he created himself. Then he made his constitution, his rules, his laws. And after that, he decided to create his creation. Let me ask you one question here. This is one of the important questions. Gurbani gives an answer to this one. Was there anybody advising God what to make? No. What the rules should be?
No.
Right. Nobody. So when we read into Hindu mythology that maybe Shivji or Brahma or Vishnu or somebody was there at the time of the creation, and God created himself, then he created maybe Vishnu, and then he's the one who created that creation. No, that's not true. The fact that Guruji put Ik in front of the Omkar, that totally destroys the notion there were any of those three that existed. Okay? Kot Brahme Upai Kapai. Gurbani gives that answer. कि ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਕਰੋੜਾਂ ਬ੍ਰਹਮੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਪ੍ਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੇ ਪੈਦਾ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੱਭਦੇ ਫਿਰਦੇ ਆ. So we're not talking about that one particular ਕੋਈ Brahma, ਕੋਈ Vishnu, ਕੋਈ Shivji. Gurbani is very clear. Paramatma ne saji hai. Only God created this one here. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਵਾਰੀ ਖਤਮ ਕੀਤਾ? How many times it's been destroyed, absorbed into himself? That's it. We don't know that. How do we know that? It's happened. Well, you think about dinosaurs. We talk about they were on this planet here about, I don't know, 500,000, 5 million years ago or something like this one here. We're always talking in millions of years. We're finding their skeletons. Are you finding any human skeletons yet? No. So that creation, there were other beings there before. He decided it was time to change his play, which he did. And now we're here for the last 2,000 years, maybe 5,000. That's it. Nothing more. We only started keeping track of time for the last 2,000 years. 2,000 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜੀ ਸੋਝੀ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਸਮੇਂ. So hukmi hovan akar. Hukum na kiha jai. We can't describe his hukum ਕਿ ਉਹ ਹੁਕਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨੇ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮਿਟਾਉਣਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ. What is he going to create? How is he going to destroy it? We don't know that. And neither it should be our objective of our life. ਸਾਡਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾ ਮਨੋਰਥ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਲੱਭਣਾ ਕਿ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ. ਤੂੰ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਕੋ ਵਿਰਲਾ ਜਾਣ. You are beyond description. Ko virla. And like we talked about, Does the raindrop that landed on top of the mountain, ended up back in the ocean, ever comes back and tells what the ocean was like? Never. That's exactly. Ko birla jaan. Manne ki gat kahi na jaye. We can't describe the ones who have become one with God. We can't describe their state. Because now they're at a state they don't concern themselves where the rest of us are. Even if they were to come back and describe us exactly what they know, it'll be beyond our comprehension. ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਪਾ ਲਿਆ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਪਾਇਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਛੁਪਾਇਆ. They don't come and brag about it. Gurmat says that. Number 2, ਭਗਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਸੰਸਾਰੀਆਂ. The ones who worship God and the ones who found God, and the normal beings, they never got along. Because we as normal human beings don't ever understand their state of mind. Prime example. कि औरंगजेब ने गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी ਨੂੰ ਪਛਾਣ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ? कि पिता कालू जी ने गुरु नानक पातशाह ਨੂੰ ਪਛਾਣ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ? Just think about it. कि पिरती चंद ने गुरु अर्जन पातशाह ਨੂੰ ਪਛਾਣ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ? Did he ever acknowledge? Recognized? पर पट्टा ने पछाण लिया. Because they said, आप नारायण कलातार जग में परवरी. God himself has come to this planet. पर गुरबाणी कहती है तो अर्जुन नहीं है, he doesn't come. पट्टा ने क्लियर भी किया है, प्रत्यक्ष हृदय गुरु अर्जुन के हर पूर्ण ब्रह्म निवास कियो. परमात्मा आप नहीं है, पर लेकिन गुरु अर्जन पातशाह दे दिल दे विच परमात्मा साक्षात बैठा है. He's right there. You can see it. You can feel it. प्रत्यक्ष हृदय गुरु अर्जुन के हर पूर्ण ब्रह्म निवास कियो. क्योंकि परमात्मा की कोई शेप नहीं है, कोई फॉर्म नहीं है. It is our deception, it's our misconception about the fact that we're waiting for God to show up in a Jola and a Dumala. Then it won't be a universal God. क्योंकि फिर तेरे मुसलमान भरा उन्होंने तो नीले कपड़ियां च वेट करनी है. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਬ੍ਰਦਰਸ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ, ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਬੋਦੀ ਰੱਖੀ ਹੋਊਗੀ ਤੇ ਟਿੰਡ ਕਢਾਈ ਹੋਊਗੀ, ਧੋਤੀ ਬੰਨੀ ਹੋਊਗੀ. ਰਾਈਟ? How can he show up that in a human form? ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਕੋ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ? Impossible. So it's a mistake for us humans to think that God has to show up in this human form in front of us. He's already inside us. Remember, the first part he ended with, Kiv Sachiara Huye, Kiva Kude Dotet. How can we remove that veil between God and ourselves? ਉਹ ਪਰਦਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਦੂਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰੱਬ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਕਰੀ ਬੈਠਾ? Just one example, you look around on the other side of the wall. Can you tell me how many cars are parked? You can't, because you can't see it. But what if it was all glass? You could. Sada halvi here. That's the way we are. It is a thick, thick wall between us and God. And that wall is made up of what? Brick and mortar? No? Cinder blocks, steel? What is the wall? काम क्रोध लोभ मोह अहंकार दी बनी हुई है वो कंध. वो कंध नूं दूर कितना करना है? How are we going to remove that? Gurbani is going to give us the teaching. Remember we talked about there's no cold, but there's heat. It is the absence of heat that is the coldness. There's no darkness. It is the absence of light. ਜਿੱਥੇ ਚਾਨਣ ਨਹੀਂ, ਚਾਨਣ ਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਨਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੀ ਹਨੇਰਾ. Now let's see how it fits on Gurbani. ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਹੈ ਏਕ ਪਿਤਾ ਏਕ ਸਕੇ ਹੰਬਾਰ. We talked about this one last time. I left this little point here. ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮਾੜੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ? Use the same concept. ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲੇ it's the absence of qualities. ਜਿੱਥੇ ਗੁਣ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ, ਗੁਣ ਦੂਰ ਹੋ ਗਏ, ਉੱਥੇ ਬੁਰਾਈਆਂ ਰਹਿ ਗਈਆਂ. If there's no light, there's darkness. If there's no heat, it's cold. If you've given up the qualities, you're bad. ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਵਾਰ-ਵਾਰ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਗੁਣ ਚੰਗੀਆਂ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਗੁਣਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੰਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਕਰਨੇ ਨੇ. ਵਾਰ-ਵਾਰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸੰਗ੍ਰਹਿ means to collect them. ਕਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਣ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਨੇ ਨੇ? ਔਗਣ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਛੱਡਣੇ ਸੀ? ਕਾਮ, ਕ੍ਰੋਧ, ਲੋਭ, ਮੋਹ, ਅਹੰਕਾਰ. ਤੇ ਗੁਣ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਨੇ ਨੇ? ਸਤ, ਸੰਤੋਖ, ਦਇਆ, ਧਰਮ, ਧੀਰਜ. Be content. Be kind. Be true. Be religious. What does it mean being religious? What is religion by itself?